Did you really think that appendicitis and a ruptured appendix would keep me from reviewing this piece of shit? Hello and welcome back to another Midnight Showing. As always, I'm Kelly, and I just got out of Gods of Egypt. And side note, director, your movie sucks because your movie sucks. Not because we critics don't get it. We do. And frankly speaking, it's not original. It's patronizingly stupid. You try to combine the mythology of Yu-Gi-Oh! And fucking Aladdin and make a movie out of it. Did you think that we wouldn't call you on this bullshit? Fuck you! With that tangent out of the way, how was the movie itself? Well, it was really bad. Like, 99% of this problem is concept and writing. It's not so much that the whole movie sucks because it's CGI or the acting is the problem. No. This was dead on arrival. Like, how could they look at the script and honestly greenlight this? It's hilarious that this got made. And honestly, non-spoiler version, I could almost recommend seeing this movie just for how bad it is. It's like a train wreck. You should be horrified. You should not be watching this. But you can't look away because it's just so spectacularly beautiful as it crashes and kills so many people and their careers. And for me, the real tipping point that keeps me from recommending that you see it on the purely that it's so bad, it's hilarious level is mostly the director's comments about how we just don't get it. Because frankly speaking, we do. We all do. The movie sucks. It was pretty enjoyable at moments. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there was nothing redeemable here. And yeah, that's basically it for the non-spoiler version. For those who want to stay, what is the actual story of this? Well, in an Egypt that is way too green and non-deserty, the gods live among men as their rulers and upper class. They literally stand about 3 times taller than your average person, and they bleed gold, as well as they can transform into CGI god form and do battle with each other. During the coronation of Horus, who was going to take over being the king of Egypt, yeah, the king of Egypt, someone didn't do their mythology study well enough to know that they didn't have kings in Egypt. They had pharaohs. Seriously, director, we get it, but we're smarter than you. But oh no, Gerard Butler, doing a hilarious British accent, comes in and he kills Osiris and rips out Horus's eyes, banishing him off so that he can one day get his revenge. Yay. And right there, you've seen this movie before. You have. They just painted it with an Egyptian color code. And by color code, I mean they painted it all gold and fucking red. Because that's all the CGI in this film, minus one waterfall scene whose CGI is so fucking bad that it's a marvel. And they just have this like 360 shot going the entire fight that they're there, and oh my god, it just makes you want to hurl. Fun fact, this movie had a $140 million budget. $140 million went into this piece of shit. You know, you could probably donate that money to help find a cure for cancer, or maybe give that to a third world country and help, raise their standards of living. And no. You think that where that money really needs to go to is a fucking movie about CGI gold transformer gods and Barbossa fighting the freaking cloud Galactus from Rise of the Silver Surfer. I'm not even shitting you. That's what they do to Apophis in this movie. Wow. It is really sad that I know more about Egyptian mythology from watching fucking Stargate SG-1 than you do from making a movie about Egyptian gods. Ugh. So, going on with the story. After Set takes over, because that's the god that Gerard Butler is playing, well, Aladdin comes in. No, I refuse to call him Beck because he is Aladdin. He acts like Aladdin. He is a thief. And he's doing it all for a girl. It's Aladdin. He comes in and he steals Horus's eye to make his girlfriend happy. Unfortunately, she ends up dying, so he makes a deal with Horus. He'll help him kill Set in exchange. He brings his beloved back to life. Because that's totally possible. Even though he told him 2 seconds before they made the deal that this was impossible. Consistency! And you can probably see where the problem is with this movie. This is cliche, predictable. You know where it's going. You know the whole stupid liar revealed crap is coming. And the only thing that really keeps you watching is the spectacle. They did everything bad. The CGI on this is passable. With the exception of the aforementioned waterfall scene, it's all passable. In fact, some of the stuff is very, very detailed. Like the gods' transformations into their super gold form. It's very detailed, and if you're actually looking really, really close, you can tell that a lot of effort went into this. The problem is that he coated everything in fucking gold. And CGI gold has always looked horrible. It really does. It's just not appealing to the eyes. Use it in fucking sparseness. Make their god form look less like a transformer and make it look more like an armored version of them. I mean, for fuck's sake. Stargate had better armored version with their Jaffa and their stupid head things. Because guess what? It was actually there. It looked a lot fucking better than this. And I'm tired of people just saying, oh, well, it's CGI, therefore it's bad. No. Just because it's CGI does not make it bad. And I don't like hearing that stupid argument from people. There is bad CGI and there is good CGI. This was good CGI coated in bad paint. Does that make it bad? It makes it gaudy. Let's move on to another aspect that's hilariously bad. The acting from everybody sucks. And that's not to say that these guys haven't done good work in other productions before. Hell, the guy who played Horus, he was inside of Game of Thrones, wasn't he? He did fine in Game of Thrones. Why didn't he do a good job here? Problem, script. There was nothing they had to work with. The only person in this entire production who I could possibly say that his acting was good was Gerard Butler himself, who has basically made it his mission in acting to give 110% in everything that he does, regardless of whether it's good or bad. That's not a bad thing. That's a very good philosophy. And it does really up the level of acting. He really does carry the movie because he is so entertaining to watch. He is legitimately trying in this film. But this movie doesn't really deserve it. But by far the worst actor inside of this is the kid who plays Aladdin. He is a fucking tool. He is so stupid, yet they keep calling him clever. His acting, his British accent sounded faker than Gerard Butler's. And just, seriously, why are all of these people speaking with British accents when they're supposed to be in fucking Egypt? What is this? Exodus? Gods and Men or whatever? God! And one scene in particular I just want to bring up is the Sphinx. Yes, there is a Sphinx in this movie. No, you did not make the Sphinx correctly. Not even by a long shot. Now, I am not actually going to state that changing the question that the Sphinx asks is a bad choice, because frankly speaking, we all know it. But when you bring the God of Wisdom, who literally is given a special brain crown thingy to make him the smartest person in the entire universe, And he can't answer a question that I answered when it was fucking asked. You're stupid. In fact, the God of Wisdom can't even answer it. It's Aladdin who ends up making the connection. Oh my gosh, it's this. I can't even remember the fucking question, but I'm pretty sure the answer was air. Yeah, Aladdin guessed it, and, well, obviously you're wrong. Stop thinking like a god and answer it like this. Now, the Sphinx himself, I just wanted to point out that the Sphinx looks nothing like a Sphinx. I'm not even shitting you. The face, the dimensions, the proportions, none of it worked. It did not look like it. For fuck's sake, I can pull up a Yu-Gi-Oh card that looks more like an Egyptian Sphinx than what you actually put out in your Egyptian God movie. And then when they answer the fucking question, the Sphinx literally stops and he's like, oh, bollocks. Before he goes back to his hole and he crumbles away. That is so stupid. I have no response for it. I don't even know how to fucking approach to explain just how stupid it is. You had a giant 30-foot tall fucking monster go, oh, bollocks. The fuck were you smoking when you made this movie? And really, I've got nothing else to say. This is a piece of shit. And my final verdict on it, I was originally going to give it a pass and say it's worth watching just for the sheer level of bad. If you have a group of friends and you want to go just see a bad movie, this isn't a bad choice because you'll have a great time. But with the director's comments about it, I'm going to give it the rating it deserves. This movie gets an honest to God, fuck it, from me. There's no reason to watch this movie. There's nothing here that is going to challenge you. There's nothing here that's going to surprise you. The fun aspect of it is completely ruined for me by the fucking director. So why do I even give a shit about it? It's going to go down in history as one of the worst movies to come out in the late 2000s. It's honestly, this year has been good for the most part. But this and Norm of the North, we're getting some pretty shitty movies, which means that there's going to be some really great ones, which is giving me hope for Batman v Superman. My personal philosophy about films is that the great years, we're going to see some spectacular turds, but then we're going to have some of the best films ever made. That's just my view. It's kind of a karma thing. There's got to be so many bad ones to be so many good ones. But yeah, that's it from me. Did you enjoy the video? Have you seen Gods of Egypt? I hope to God you haven't. But if you did, tell me what you thought about it in the comments below, and maybe we'll get some healthy discussion going. And as always, if you liked what you see, be sure to check out some of my more recent videos. I'll have them annotated in the video for you. And check out my best and worst list of last year. I will be working on my top 10 disappointing list, and that should be out within the next week or two. I'm also filming something else, and I'm going to try to get it edited during my spring break, and I'm going to hope, cross my fingers, that it's going to work. And yeah, that's it for me, so I guess I'll see you all next time, which should be really damn soon because I got a lot of catch up to do.